Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. I am back just like last time, and yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. How is everyone doing? Hello, Jubok Films. I don't know. I'm actually I'm actually planning to find out soon. So right now I'm going here. Oh, oh. Hello there. May I please join with you because I'm told. Okay, I'll invite you guys over. There you guys go. Hello,
There?
Anton. Hello, Antonia.
Antony.
Antony. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm gonna pronounce it again and again and again.
it's okay. It's actually because my name is Catalan for Antonio. That's
You
where it.
you from
That's,
Spain?
no, I was not born in Spain. I was born in Buffalo, New York, USA. I was raised in Cebu, Philippines, and I've been living here in Berlin for the past 10 or 11 years.
Oh, interesting.
Well, the thing is that my parents and probably the rest of my family, they all have strong Filipino Spanish blood. And when you see a lot of my relatives in person, you'll realize that there are a lot more Hispanic features than there is Filipino.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that JL fella, he's a racist to this one guy, a friend of mine who's also is from the Philippines.
Okay.
Like he's saying that, oh, you had sex with your sister and stuff, blah blah blah. And
Whoa. That's taking it too far.
yeah, because you're from the Philippines or whatever.
Well,
I'm
well, I
like,
mean,
no.
look at the bright side. Look on the bright side. At least he, look. Come on, look on the bright side. At least he kept in the family, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I think
No.
growing up where I came from, there's no discourse about incest, which thankfully is mega taboo.
Yeah.
Hello there.
There we go. Carcharodontosaurus anti new sub. Me and Masnia 15 are against JL. Oh, interesting.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's the guy who's from the Philippines called Mastian 15.
You want to
Masotan 15, huh?
you want
I
to know
just call him.
something? So, Tyranno, you want to know something interesting?
What?
Hit it.
So today, I'm more excited for this debate than what's happening tomorrow, and that's my cousin's wedding that I'm filming.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh, wonderful.
That's nice.
Well, I'm not too excited about it just because my cousin. First of all, I don't like the guy too much. He's kind of a.
Yeah, I know. He's a.
Well, he's kind of just a know-it-all. Like he's one of those people that just like he feels like he has to know everything. Like instead, sometimes sometimes in a room, sometimes it's best just to be quiet in certain situations.
Again, know-it-alls can be douches.
I'm not gonna. I mean, because he's gonna be future family. I'm not gonna disrespect him and call him.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I do have a tendency to be know-it-all myself.
Yeah, but I think that.
I think it depends on.
And
I mean, then
yeah, and
he's on the person.
And I've just picked up some stuff, and I don't know. Like my intuition is usually pretty good with people, and I just have this funny feeling about this guy. There's some big. Let's put it this way: there's some big skeletons in your closet.
Fair enough.
And so and then I don't know. I just have this funny feeling about him. And then my other cousin.
Like skeleton animals?
No, like
secrets.
Secrets, yeah. And then my one cousin.
That thing.
And then my one cousin, he's going to be doing the soundboard stuff because that's what he does at the church. And I told him to please get there an hour early because I'm directing. And then he sits there, well, you're not directing, the pastor and they're directing. And I'm like, and I just was like, you know what? I'm not even going to respond to this, because you're just being, yeah, no, it's like, and then because I'm gonna be getting out the church an hour early. Then they said 15 minutes, get there 15 minutes. I'm like, no, that's not enough time to set up the camera, make sure everything's good. Yes, I could do that at their house, but I want to set up, get everything ready before guests start arriving, because no, I'm this is gonna they're not gonna like it, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
I mean, because I kind of quit. I'm at the point in my life I quit caring what people think. If they think I'm being rude or arrogant, it's like, well, sometimes it's like I have to do what I think is right now, especially if I want to give you guys a good product for the wedding.
Yeah, definitely.
And because 15 minutes before showtime is not good filmmaking at all. And then you set up your shots 15 minutes. Your job is to basically get your shots done, get there at least an hour before showtime actually starts, and then you get everything set up, and then you yell action, because this, and then then I gotta also, my one cousin, it's really funny, is taking pictures, and I told him the advice that John Ford gave for taking pictures, and he told me, well, that's for filmmaking. I'm like, well, they're the same thing. Pictures and video are the same thing. It's what were movies originally called?
Moving pictures, of course.
Exactly. And so John Ford gave really good advice. You want to know how to become a good picture maker? Find the horizon line. If it's low, it's shit. If it's high, it's good.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm like, well, so I was actually going to try to pull double duty and take pictures as well, and video, and then they didn't want film. Well, I said, well, with pictures, film looks better because you can't get digital, looks very fakey. And film is a real print of something. You can't get more real than real, is what I keep telling them. And then, I don't know, me and my cousins, it's just kind of funny. Like, we used to be very close, but as we've gotten older, I've just noticed that just drifting apart,
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, well, we were cousins like the Duke boys, cousins closer than brothers, and now it's now it's kind of, my one cousin has kind of become a grumpy old man, and he's 30.
Sometimes I can be grumpy too.
Well, he always acts like he has a stick up his butt. Basically, you Ryan, at least you know when to have fun. Yeah, sorry. Slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Happens.
You at least know when to have fun,
Yeah.
But he
But then
always
again, like, I think I'm grouchy, like, outside of YouTube.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I know. I heard that Kong Skull Island is coming to is on Netflix now, but unfortunately, Netflix is a dick to me, so I can't go on Netflix, unfortunately. But I can go on Netflix at my parents' house. But
I watched. Did they already implicate that? Yeah, there's no password sharing now on Netflix because that's where they said that they lost money. No, that's not what. That's not when you lost money. I tried to use
my brother's password. It actually worked the last time.
I think Netflix implicated that rule now that there's no more password sharing because, again, that's where they said they lost money.
It worked last time.
They just use it as a scapegoat.
Well, it worked last time. Yeah, well, it worked last time, and now it's being a huge dick.
Well, I guess there's an alternative you can do.
So F you, Netflix.
Well, there's an alternative if you
I could
really
use
want
my
to watch
parents.
You could try, or if you really want to watch Skull Island, just buy like a Netflix gift card and then use it once. You know, I mean that's what I would do, because it's just like, no, it's like if Netflix is going to be like this, and you know, I can't. Let's put it this way: I can't say why specifically Netflix is losing money because it's a rule on your channel we can't discuss. But let's just say it starts with a P.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what's also a little bit? Apple TV a little bit now.
I don't have Apple TV.
Let me guess. What does
I have
the
Apple
even
TV,
stand for?
but
Could you give us some more context, dude?
Well, for example, it won't let me watch TV, and sometimes like it loads very slow. But I think that like maybe it needs a break or something. But yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Hello, Rex.
Hi, Rex. But what about the whole P thing, Junebug? It was about Netflix.
It's something we can't discuss on Tyranno's channel. It just starts with a P.
Politics. It starts out with politics.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, so I didn't really want to bring that up too much. I just was going to leave it at that.
You can say politics, but you can't say their names.
It's fine. I think it's another issue of the woke. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it was. But anyway, let's move on before we. Man, you know, I may. So Tyranno, what are I mean, seriously though, with that has come out now about the Titanic disaster thing, have you guys heard what James Cameron said?
That name sounds familiar.
He directed the Titanic movie. But James Cameron said that, you know, I've gone on hundreds of dives, and in the history of diving, yes, there have been accidents, but never anything to this extent.
Exactly.
He said that this is pure incompetence. And the more and more I'm learning about this guy is like that cheap handyman you hire, and then you wonder why your faucet breaks. You know, because he bragged about how he saved money, you know, when he was a billionaire to build this submarine. I'm like, dude, you're a billionaire. I think you know, because he was using like cheap parts. This is like the, you know, I jokingly call myself sometimes a redneck handyman, but at my own house when I fix stuff, but that's my own house. If it breaks, it's my own fault. But if I'm doing somebody else's work and I tell them, hey, I always tell them ahead of time, hey, if I fix this, you know, it might last and it might not last. But you know, if it's something I can't do because it involves something where like it could cause death to somebody, I tell them I can't do this.
Exactly.
But I didn't get this because this guy is a billionaire who did this, and he bragged about saving money. You have more money than all of us.
Exactly.
Why would you brag about saving money to build a submarine to see the Titanic? I mean, and James Cameron even said this too, that $250,000 was way too cheap for that. It should have cost $500,000. Because he said that's at least the bare minimum I've spent on building my submarines to go into the Challenger Deep. And I'm just like, the more and more I hear about it, it's like, you know, I know the head guy was there, but I hope the family sues the company, because and this company is probably going to go out of business big time, because it was besides him 3 billionaires,
right?
So yeah, I hope this company better cover their butts, because they're going to be in a heck of amount of trouble right now.
Bad karma coming up.
Oh yeah, and I don't usually agree with the whole wrongful death argument sometimes, because sometimes I think people use it in the wrong terms.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't blame the family if they actually sue for a wrongful death, because oof.
Yep.
Because like Bill Paxton's family, they tried to sue the doctor for a wrongful death, and Bill Paxton, it was unforeseen events. What happened was he was having open heart surgery that he's had before, but he had a stroke in the middle of surgery.
Oh, man.
So that's how he actually died. And like, it's like, no, I mean, so the family was trying to sue for a wrongful death. I'm like, I just think that was unforeseen events. I mean, how could a doctor prevent that? A stroke right in the middle of surgery. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, a lot of people are saying, well, they're making Twister 2 without Bill Paxton. I'm like, you know what? If Bill Paxton let's even say he survived his stroke, he probably hypothetically would not even be strong enough to actually do Twister 2 if the stroke was strong enough to kill him.
Yep.
So I tell people that, but no, it's just interesting right now, because that Titanic submarine thing, it's like, wow. I mean, and James Cameron has even said it's shocking that the Titanic sunk in 1912, and there's still ignorance in the Titanic. And I usually don't like James Cameron that much, because he's been, as people jokingly call him, Jimmy Cammy. We're talking about the Titan submarine, the wreckage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That recent tragedy that happened.
Yeah. By the way, good video, Tony, on that on the troll.
Thanks.
Troll?
Yeah, and Eric. There was a troll. There was a troll on Eric's channel that. Which, by the way, and things that piss me off right now, he's going to be our official red shirt now.
Robert Birkinson.
Oh, yeah. I was watching a little bit of a clip of it last night. And yeah, Robert Birkin is a huge dick maggot.
I mean, these baseless claims that he made about Eric killing himself. I mean, come on. What he is just a basement dweller, just trying to get a rise off of not only Eric, but also me and our good buddy Junebug, without any success. I mean, it worked for a while, but remember, when we think about it, it's also not just about decorum, but also, I hate to sound really corny, the power of friendship and brotherhood.
Did he ever came back?
No.
Oh, so he just deleted him, of course.
Eric blocked him.
Well, Eric blocked him. Yeah, blocked him.
And banned him.
Oh, I see.
We blocked and banned him, and I did the telling off. I was sort of like...
And now, for things that piss me off, he is going to be our official red shirt. Tyranno, that means basically he is going to... And when we need somebody to get killed off, we're just going to kill him off. But he's always going to come back, but he's just going to be like a Looney Tune at this point. He's always going to die, That's a Star Trek reference in the early TV show. The red shirts always died.
Right.
So that's why I told Eric. We need. You need to kind of show some of these trolls. Hey, don't mess with me, because if you're going to sit there and troll me, then we'll just add you to the red shirt list.
No worries. And I'll do my part in really calling them out on my new playlist, and let alone the new video.
Then you should make a rant video on JL.
I've never encountered them personally.
Oh, okay. Well, all I know is that he's a racist towards Philippines.
Well, what you could do, Tony, send me you said you saved my email. I could email you his channel, and then you could sit there and do a rant about him, because he all he does is sit there and slander this Tyranno all the time, and sits there and show him what he does in his videos on how he talks. It's weird.
And he attacked Eric in one of his comment section videos.
I mean, of course, his hand puppet thing, he's just using his hand. It's just lazy. I mean, I know that Quinn said that there's an appeal to it, but me personally, it's just lazy. If you want to go all out with your puppet thing, why not be creative? Use a saw for good.
Quinn is. I mean, we have Quinn is this is another YouTuber we're talking about. Tyranno, don't worry about it. Quinn is just I mean, listen, I mean, the thing about him was, I'm a pretty, tough guy, and all that stuff, I'm not bragging there, it's just like, but, the thing that just makes me ticked off, and Tony, don't make a video about him, because it's over. It's done. No, I just want to make we had history in the past that was just, I guess there's no easy way around this. It was kind of just basically a little friendly rivalry, and it became kind of a dick measuring contest, basically, if you know what I mean. And I'm like, you know what? That's the past. I'm done. But he keeps bringing it up, and sometimes it's like The Godfather 3. Just when you think you're out, it pulls you back in, and he's and then the thing that really kind of ticks me off is, I made a film on my channel, and then he made his own cut a couple times of my film, which, yes, by definition, it was public domain, because, but it's just, he doesn't have integrity or respect, is what I've noticed.
Oh dear.
And it's kind of funny, because his dad wrote Naked Gun.
Whoa,
that's weird.
Yeah, so so I could still, for a while, just because of our little intensity, it was kind of a little hard to watch Naked Gun, but now I can watch Naked Gun, because it's just like, well, we're not our fathers. Yeah. Yes, we are our father's children, but everybody is their own individual. So,
yeah, I mean, Junebug, I'm not gonna make a video about Quinn, because it's just between him and you. What your history is just that. And by the way, looks like we got something from the chat saying that JL said that he won't. Look, Ty, I know that I'm not necessarily going to speak for you, and I do understand where you're coming from, but really, that is just so lame, honestly. If JL can't come here to prove himself, then let's face it, we can call him out. I think you got every right to call him out in what you've experienced as Tyranno, because at this point, it almost feels like it's kind of futile.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I told. That's what I told him. Because I have his. I told him, listen. You know what? Yes. Wait till he makes the next move. But at this rate, you know what? It's like, he's slandering your name. So, I guess one of the things I've learned with Fabio is, the Italian Salmon 51, and Tony knows who he is. A guy who sits there and, doesn't back down. If a troll sits there and is going to slander him, don't back down. Remember what I said, I texted you, be a lion. Lions are the king of the jungle for a reason, because they don't back. They jungle. Well,
jungles and plains are different.
Well,
but what do you mean?
Yes, well then, yes, but lions are the king for a reason.
Yeah.
And, you have to just say, hey, you know what? I am not going to take this anymore, because it's like, if make fun of him, and I could even tell Eric to add him to the red shirt list, because
honestly, after this live stream, I may like take a break or like quit YouTube for a little while or something.
Why is that?
Hello?
Why is that?
Yeah.
Because I'm just sick and done with the internet, because the internet's just a bunch of assholes.
The internet, here,
it's just like Twitter.
You know what? To some extent, I agree with you, but look at it this way. Okay, the internet is you know what the internet is. The internet is the same thing as a hammer, a screwdriver, a drill. The internet is a tool, but like any tool, you can use it for evil. But look at what the tools can build. What I'm saying is acknowledge that yes, there are evil people on the internet, and evil can come in many different forms, but look at the good people you've met on the internet.
Exactly.
I understand, but people need to take breaks on the internet.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Fair
if you
enough,
no, if you need to take a break, that's fine, but don't sit there and delete your channel because
no, I'm not going to delete my channel. It's just that I'm just need a break for it.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I
totally empathize with you, because look at me. Back then in the quote unquote glory days when I was on YouTube, I used to upload every month, every week, nearly every day. Nowadays, because I've been doing my tenure in university, there were occasions in which I have a hiatus.
Yeah.
And of course, let's also not forget my tenure on DeviantArt. Look at me. I have been a frequent Inuyasha Ayame shipper ever since I was a teenager, but seriously didn't start drawing fan art of them until like before I even turned 26 years old. So from then on there, I started to grow with it. And here's something you guys should know. Did you know that when I was still on DeviantArt, I used to draw Grown Up, RRB, or Rowdy Rough Boys, and Grown Up Powerpuff Girls fan art, i.e., mostly color clash. Because I also grew up with the Powerpuff Girls. It was one of my favorite shows. I used to be kind of ashamed of it, but nowadays, I think looking back at it as an adult, I could see why I enjoyed it so much. There was a lot of the anime influences, and of course pop culture references that were just a lot of fun to watch. Not to mention the whole balance of action and comedy.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. I started watching the Powerpuff Girls on HBO Max. I remember watching it as a kid.
And I remember watching it as a kid too.
And you know what? I'm not like I've more been like watching on HBO Max Samurai Jack.
Oh yeah.
Oh, holy crap.
Because I'm like, man, you know what? It's no wonder I liked this as a kid. This is awesome.
Yeah, Samurai Jack, I will always argue that is arguably the best show that Cartoon Network ever had.
Yeah, and it's one of the best shows of Cherny Tarnagowski's shows. I also like the new show that's on Adult Swim called Primal. That's a good show. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it or not.
I've heard of it.
It's basically
so
like
damn
this.
Good. It is just so amazing.
Yeah, it's about this Neanderthal-looking guy who's with a T-Rex, and it's about survival. There's no dialogue, no anything like that. Just they're trying to survive in this primeval world that they're living in. And Primal's coming back, I heard.
Well, thank God for it.
Yeah, season 3.
I mean, people can say that today's animation is not really as good as the older animation, but I think if you show them something like Primal, maybe they'll realize something a lot more different.
Primal's
When I
animation's really good.
Well,
I think that Jenny
probably,
Tartakovsky's like
probably,
new animations are much better than his older animation styles,
exactly, I think
in
Gendy
my opinion.
Tartakovsky really was, and he really is
Oh
becoming
shit, he's
a lot more.
there's something wrong with his. Oh, never mind, he's back.
Yeah, he's becoming a lot more established with what he wants to do. Not just that, but
I'm sorry, you're having problems with your.
okay. What I was saying about Gendy Tartakovsky is that for a guy who went from doing Dexter's Laboratory to all these more mature works, he's really spreading his wings. I mean, he's been spreading his wings for decades.
Shit, he has trouble.
Hello?
no, I'm
Oh,
reading te- text messages. Cousins being not a nuisance.
Oh dear.
Just telling me how to film
um,
telling me how to film. So
But you already know what to do, so
no, he's
oh.
being
Anyways, what were you saying about Jenny Tartakovsky?
Gendy Tartakovsky.
Genny Tartakovsky.
Gendy Tartakovsky. Okay.
Genny Tartakovsky. I cannot pronounce his
Tar
name. Genny
tar
Tartakovsky.
tar
Gar
t-
Dar
tar
now you try to.
Dar
Kov
Goski
ski.
of
Yes.
yeah.
Uh, I was going to say I think he's like one of
What
the.
about him?
I was going to say that Gendy's probably like one of the last true, you know, artists of animation. You know, because he still hand draws his stuff and all that good stuff. Because hey, I'm
Animation.
gonna yeah, hey, I'm gonna let you
Oh
go real quick. I gotta just
yeah, he does.
family stuff. So hey, I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I also wanted to express about Gendy Tartakovsky because he really cares about animation. And as I stated before, for somebody like him who went from doing Dexter's Laboratory to working on some episodes on the Powerpuff Girls to
Samurai Jack.
really spreading his wings with Samurai Jack and these days with Primal, he really does respect his audience.
Yes, he does.
And I mean, even when looking back at Dexter's Laboratory, Dexter's ego trip was supposed to be the last big hurrah for not just Dexter's Lab as a whole, but also for Tartakovsky in the 90s. And look what happened with Dexter's Laboratory from 2001 to 2003. It came back from the dead, but it's just not the same.
I didn't know that. I haven't watched that show in years.
I do recommend you the first 2 seasons. I mean, I do have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Dexter's Laboratory. I think it's just because that ever since I was a lot younger, I always identified with Dexter. There are occasions where I did not like how Dee Dee annoyed him or just acts condescending towards him. There were occasions in which I didn't like how Dee Dee tended to treat him. But I do understand where the comedy is coming from. Yes, Dexter might be a boy genius, but there are occasions in which he isn't really that much of a socially intelligent person. I mean,
Smart
I
guy.
think
Oh,
the joke is that
yeah.
he's still a kid. He's the youngest in his family, and Dee Dee, well, he might call her stupid, but Dee Dee is creative. She's a dancer, obviously, if you can't tell by her attire. And she's a very sociable person, if not on the very ditzy side.
Yeah.
yeah, she can be annoying, but she has her charms, as annoying and grating as she can be. And trust me, there are occasions in which I am rather irritated with Dee Dee, but she serves her purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Samurai Jack. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if
And
you
I
could agree
also
with me
like
on this.
how Jandy Kartagaski brings like Primal is like basically like he brings in like violent stuff, which like it's like showing like the older audience that hey, he's doing a mature show like a TV show or something.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Samurai
Like
Jack
Samurai
season
Jack.
5. Yeah, Samurai
Yeah.
Jack season 5, it actually increased in the more adulty stuff. So, even when looking back at the original 4 seasons of Samurai Jack, it was really clear that it was probably not really intended for younger viewers given how much it used atmosphere and it had a very cinematic feel to it. You almost think that you're watching films directed by Akira Kurosawa. If you know
Huh.
the Chambara films like Ran or Throne of Blood or Rashomon
Yeah.
or even Seven Samurai.
I
Watching Samurai Jack feels like you're watching an animated Jidaigeki. Or in English terms, one of these Japanese epic or Japanese historical epic films. Tai, you still on there? So that's what Samurai Jack definitely felt like. And that's why I also rank it as my number 1 favorite Cartoon Network show of the 1990s to the 2000s. Tai, are you still on there? It's really weird. You seem to be cut off right now.
Okay, hello.
Hey there again. I was wondering what happened there.
Okay, I'm gonna do my live stream on my phone, so I'm gonna end the live stream on my laptop. I just need to find my phone.
Okay.
Fuck.
Fine with me.
Oh, there's my phone.
All right.
Yeah. But don't worry. I will